Us our call screening a little bit in the next meeting. Um, but I think you've noticed the music coming from the gas station, like at the pump normally, but this was a much better fidelity and tune selection coming from the Harley on the other side of the diesel pump. It was preferred as to the screechy, whiny elevator music that normally comes out of the pumps. And I'm sure that many of us have experienced those baggers with a stereo system better than our home systems. So we continue to accessorize and improve, and we like to share our music. So we're off. This is the deepest we'll go into St. Paul Park, and we're going to turn around and see if we can get back over to the west bank of the Mississippi River. And one of our destinations is over there, and hopefully we'll hit a few more. We've got a visit scheduled at Roys Repair, always an interesting place to stop in. But we're going to stop in at the Invergrove Heights Church of the Nazarene and just take a little respite there once we get over to the West Bank. Don't know what to say other than if you're going to tool around on a nice spring day, no better vehicle than a motorcycle to do that on. And you're going to have to decide in front of this truck or in back of this truck. Yes, preferred in front. You use one of the attributes of the motorcycle, acceleration, and you're resuming your crowding the line style. And you're going to have to tighten down that mirror, your left mirror. It does get a little shaky at times, especially when you throttle it up on that big V-twin, by the way, which is pushing 1800 cc. So there is a large displacement there, and I don't know what the crank angle is, but it does produce some vibrations. Not as bad as in the old days, but you still get the vibrations. Don't know what to say other than we've got maybe a little bit more Oswald Chambers brilliance inspired coming in the way of intercessory prayer, and Oswald taking note that we need to not take that so lightly, that we are doing the right thing when we decide to intercede in prayer on behalf of somebody based on our sympathies. And his advice is that we take into consideration whether God wants us to be interceding in prayer on somebody's behalf, whether it is our sympathies or God's calling. And it is important to do that, because if we override God's timing, God's will with our intercessory prayer, we may muck up the waters, spiritually speaking. So always think twice before you have that knee-jerk reaction to intercede with prayer on someone's behalf. It doesn't mean you love them any less if you're sensing the Spirit telling you to back off. You can intercede by way of praying that